everyone. Today is Tuesday, February the 13th, and this is the Video Forward 5, a new experiment we're trying from Forward, Kentucky. Here's the top stories in the Forward 5 for today. First of all, the House committee has passed the controversial net metering bill, the one that slashes the amounts that people get for doing solar power and selling that power back to the utilities. It's moved on to the House floor, and there are a lot of people contacting their representatives about it, telling them to vote against it. It really damages the solar industry in Kentucky. Secondly, there was a pension letter that was sent to various legislators from 19 business and political leaders across the state, and we wrote an editorial about it and also have the original letter on the site. Apparently, the representatives didn't particularly appreciate getting the letter, and it's not necessarily having the effect that the 19 people hoped it would have. Governor Bevin has filed an amicus brief with the Kentucky Supreme Court in the gay pride t-shirt case. The governor is saying that this company should not be forced to make t-shirts for its customers if the company believes that it goes against the company's religious principles. So he has filed an amicus brief in that case. The special election for the vacant House seat held by Dan Johnson is coming up next week, and there was a forum held last week where both candidates were invited. The Republican candidate, Dan Johnson's widow, Rebecca Johnson, did not show, even though the forum was scheduled to make it possible for her to show. Linda Belcher did show up and answered all the questions, and there's a story on the site about it. And finally, the chair of the Energy Committee in the House is concerned that we find a workable gas tax solution to fund the road fund. As most of you know, our road fund is a separate budget from the general fund and is funded by gas taxes primarily. And because of the way that the gasoline prices have gone down, the income from that is much lower than expected. So they're trying to work on that. And that's worth watching to see what they do with that. As always, you can go to forwardky.com and read all the news stories, read our policy pieces, see our editorials. And when you're there, sign up for updates, including the email version of the Forward 5. This is the video version. The email version has calendar, it has highlights of what's going on in Frankfort, and it has highlights on stories from the site. On the site, there's also the Newswire. There's a button called Newswire. If you go to that, it shows you all the political news across the state. It's a good way to keep up with what's going on. And finally, there are activist resources on the site. If you go to the menu, it says Get Active, and there are a bunch of great activist resources there, including bill trackers, how to find your legislator, and our How to Be an Effective Activist guide. So I encourage you to check those out. Remember, our goal is to be the progressive voice for the Bluegrass State, to provide you political news, great policy, and commentary. Hope that you'll check out the site. Thanks.